fraud and get that shit up out my corner. Windows down, I seen these riding in a Hummer. Central getting hot again, it start to feel like summer. Nah, now, don't disturb, don't wake me up.
It's off-central. It's a little rainy, but I think y'all gonna like the aesthetic for this video. So let's start walking. We gonna keep the vibes going and we gonna sip a little bit. First question I got for you though, how old are you, my boy?
Me, I'm 26, man.
26?
26-year-old.
Damn, I thought you was younger. I thought you was around my age.
No, yeah, I always get that look around 20, 21, but I'm 26 right now. So
Do you feel like that's disrespectful, or do you like whenever they tell you?
No, man, I love it, because I mean, if you're some age and they tell you that you're younger, that only means that when you get older, you're gonna look younger. So it's gonna be good.
All right, brother, and for the people that don't know you, tell them what you do and where you come from a little bit.
Yeah, so for the people that don't know me, obviously I say my name is Willy Hidalgo. I'm a Hispanic content creator that lives here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I do comedy videos, storytelling, life vlogs. I started doing videos since I was 2015. And I started hitting really good about 5 years ago.
So were you in the whole Vine era, or did you start after that?
So I started a little bit after Vine. So I was able to get on Vine for a bit and get some of my videos there. But then when it started hitting really good, it was after Vine.
Do you feel like whenever Vine stopped and you had the new app, it was a time for you to hit it? Or do you feel like everything just started happening and you just wanted to drop a video and one took off and you were just like, let me make another one?
No, so I had a vision in my head. You know, my vision was to get recognized and become something here in Albuquerque. And once, Vine went away, there's always possibilities in another place, you know what I mean? So I saw that other apps started opening, like TikTok, all those things, Facebook, and I saw that they started opening. So I just jumped into that and started putting my creativity into that.
What's the creative process for you? Like, what goes into making a video?
So the creative process is pretty long, I'm not gonna lie. So, it comes from you writing out your ideas, to you planning the idea, planning the whole video, how you're gonna start, what the middle of it is, how you're gonna end it, the climax, what characters you're gonna use, what clothes you're gonna use. It really varies on like every single little thing comes from like, you have to really structure it all, because if you don't, you might get confused, in the middle of doing the video.
Do you do everything yourself, like setting up all the camera angles and everything?
I'm the editor, I'm the producer, I'm the one that films it. Everything that goes into my videos, all I do is me.
Since you do everything yourself, how long does it take for you to get out a video? Or how many videos are you being able to put out a week?
Oh, so I post every day.
Oh, shit.
So I post every single day. I post every single day, 7 times out of the week I post. And it'll take me, from the beginning, it used to be it would take me about maybe 2 hours. But now, since I'm really used to this, it takes me around half an hour to like 45 minutes for me to get everything done, from the filming to the editing. Just because, I produce my stuff right and I manage it right before filming. So that gives me time to like just get everything off the way like right away.
And for the people that don't know, what type of comedy do you want to give them an explanation of the type of comedy you're into? Is it dark humor? Is it light humor?
No, yeah, so what I do is Hispanic content. So I do comedy as in like life sequences, like things that have happened with your life. For example, I come from a Mexican family. So me coming from a Mexican family means that I always explain all the stuff that happened to me whenever I was younger, I also do a lot of story vlogs and stuff like that, but mostly it's Hispanic. I hit that target of audience of my Hispanic and Latino community. If you can send my video of comedy to someone else, I'm already winning there, because that means that we're getting out there with that comedy, and comedy to a lot of people, sometimes it's like, it's comedy, like you can't get out there, but I've been a firm believer, and literally it's proven that comedy can get you more out there than any other thing. And
you've been doing it for almost 10 years, so like, what's kept you motivated to keep doing it? Like, I know you've probably seen a lot of upside, but during the downside of it, what's made you drop another video when the last one didn't do so good?
Just believing that the next one is gonna do good. It's not always gonna be good. It's not every single video is gonna hit. Not every single video is gonna be, a million views, this and that. It's the more you work for it and the more work you put into it. So if one video didn't hit right now, you got to put your mind into it that the next one is gonna hit for sure. And if that next one doesn't hit, you got to put your mind that the next one is gonna hit. And it eventually, it's like what they say, manifestation is key. Like if you manifest it, it's gonna happen.
Is it easy to separate the time when you're making content and the family time and the life outside of the internet? How do you separate the two?
Yeah, man. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was very difficult. You know, you have to you go into this lifestyle where you were just you were this person working here and there. You go into this lifestyle of having to do videos every single day, this and that. You know, so you have to really manage it. You know, so I have a time of day for everything. I'll get my videos right out of the way like quick, so you know I can have some family time. You know, and whenever I do have to travel, and I have to get out of here, out of town or something, you know, I'll be out of town. I'll come back, do my work, come back, finish it. You know, I've been pretty good at managing my stuff, just because of how much I've been doing this. So it gets easier for me.
Shit, you born and raised in Albuquerque?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Albuquerque. I used to live in Santa Fe up to 2015, and then from 2015 over here, I moved to Albuquerque, and ever since then, I've always been here, man. Yeah, this is my home spot right here.
What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in New Mexico growing up here?
I think just the culture. I think just the culture here in New Mexico. You know, a lot of people that always come here don't really know how New Mexico is. You know, but people that live here and have been seeing New Mexico throughout the years, you know, like even just the simple of like the culture, the people that are coming out here, the roads, everything. Like, you know, we slowly New Mexico is like upgrading little by little. So that's the cool thing about it.
Do you feel like any other place in America is like New Mexico? Since you travel, do you see things that are noticeable to you that's like, hey, we got that there, or hey, we do the same thing there?
No, honestly, every single time that I go somewhere, so one thing about me is I've traveled like literally all around the country, and every single time I go to somewhere else, I'm like, wow, this is so different from New Mexico, you know?
Right.
I see it and I'm like, wow, they might have these tall buildings or whatever, but New Mexico has this and it feels like home, you know? Every single time I go out somewhere, I'm like, I love that place, but at the same time, I'm like, I miss back home, you know, because New Mexico is home. So I feel like every city, every place has its different things, but New Mexico is definitely has its own things, you know, and that's what makes it New Mexico.
Right. And the last question I have before we go inside is, how is it having that privilege to be able to travel to different states? Because I know a lot of people that I've met personally from New Mexico say they've never left, never been anywhere. So how is it for you being able to travel across the country, just be able to see different states?
It's a blessing, man, honestly. Honestly, I give everything thanks to God because I used to not travel at all, literally. I used to be all the time in New Mexico, wouldn't go anywhere else, and then from nowhere, I started doing this, and it gave me the opportunity to travel everywhere. So literally, I have been almost every single 50 state from here. I've been there, and it just started from one day to another, from being here every single day to actually traveling and being here week in, week out, and it's amazing, man. Like, all I could say is like I enjoy every second of it, and every single time I go to somewhere new, I try to enjoy the most out of it.
Anything you want to tell the people that don't ever see themselves leaving New Mexico or don't ever want to leave New Mexico?
You know, if there's something I could say is, you know, at the end of the day, wherever you go, maybe you'll like it, but whenever you're used to some place, especially if you live here in New Mexico, it's always gonna feel like home.
Right.
You know, it's always gonna feel like home no matter where you want to live, no matter what. You could be 1-2 months into, for example, another state, but then you're gonna come back and you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it.
The green chili.
because at the end of the day, this is where you started, this is where you've built your base, and eventually, it's always gonna be home.
Yeah. But that was the last question I had. We're gonna take it inside. We got some more questions for you on the couch where we can chop it up and do it a little vibey. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, you already know. We're gonna get into the couch confessions, all right? Y'all thought I was finna bypass it. Hell no bypassing. We lit.
Damn.
Like,
tough.
this shit. Hey man, we on the couch now. We got the vibe, the effects going on. I got side of my right. Did you make a video today?
Yeah, every single day, man.
Every
single day, man. The grind never stops.
Hell yeah. So like, how many like hours a week do you say you put into your craft?
To my craft, good, bro. I mean, if you're talking about like working on editing videos and also like working on like
start to finish from the thought to the
I do from like 4 to 5 hours a day.
That's crazy.
So times 7, like 35, maybe 35, 40 hours a week.
See, a lot of content creators, or a lot of people that want to get into content creation don't think it takes that much work. Like, you got to look at it like a real 9 to 5 if you really to get going.
And I mean, like, if you want to go that far, if you go as far as you want to, if like however you want to, you know,
right.
Like you have to put in the work. Like if you want to go far and become this and become that, you have to put in the work, you know. So like, we're privileged enough to live in a world where we don't have to go wake up and go work a 9 to 5, you know. So you can be at home and edit videos, and I'd rather be editing videos and doing this and, you know, going to work. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but, you know, but I feel privileged that I get the chance to live this life.
Being a content creator, do you have any thoughts on them trying to ban TikTok come January? Like, how does that make you feel that they're trying to take money out of basically your pocket?
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I think about it and I'm like, I can't really control, you know, what all these people are trying to do. Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer, you know, because we started on TikTok and a lot of people right now are on TikTok doing a lot of things and being very creative, and, you know, a lot of people just started and they're barely going out. So for the fact that they actually want to shut off TikTok, it's been in the talk for a couple months now, or a couple of years, I think, you know, but at the end of the day, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, you know, and I feel like those people that are starting should jump into other social medias, you know, like Instagram, like Facebook, YouTube, you know, they should jump into, because I feel like they shouldn't really depend just on one spot, you know, and if it happens, like, what can we do about it? No,
do you think it'll happen?
I think eventually, I don't think it'll be banned completely not. But I do think maybe they'll do like an adjustment here and there of this and that, you know. So the elections are coming up as well, you know. So a way to win people is by saying, you know, like, we want to shut this off because a lot of people are against it, you know. So if they say that, doesn't mean that they're actually going to go through with it. You know what I mean?
They've said that like the past 4 years. Never. Said, like, ever.
Yeah. For as long as I can remember, it's been like 3-4 years that they've been saying that they want to shut it off, and then they just delay it, and they pass a law, but they keep delaying it. So, you know, if they would have wanted to shut off TikTok, they would have
been gone already.
Or it would have already been done. Yeah.
Just shakes everyone up.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you keeping a balance with the content that you're creating for different platforms, or are you posting all the videos on the different platforms, or do you have different videos for different platforms?
Yeah, so there'll be times where I'll be like, I'll post different videos, but for the most part, for example, I'll do 2 videos a day, and then I'll put those 2 videos, I'll put it out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you know, the YouTube Shorts, like, I'll do all that, Snapchat as well, you know, so just so I don't make my life more complicated, you know, I just 2 birds, 1 stone, literally just do 2 videos, put those 2 videos, put them everywhere, you know, so that everyone gets a taste of that one video.
When did you get your first viral video, and how was it waking up to that moment, like seeing all those likes and comments?
Oh, it was crazy, man. Just because I think it was more crazy to me because I've manifested this for so long to be in the spot that I'm in. So, you know, I remember it was a video that I did in a store here, and that video blew up. 21 million views. Jeez. I got on it, and I remember waking up, and by the time that I woke up, I already had like 5 to 6 million, and then I would keep on checking it, and it would jump by like millions and millions and millions and millions, and that's when I was like, wow, like, you know, like, I couldn't believe it. I was like waking me up or something. Like, I couldn't believe it, you know. It's like all this hard work is finally,
Do you remember which video?
Yeah, it was a video that I did. So I used to do videos of me putting like, so I would do like a whole ass comedy skit, like parts of it. Like it's like if it was like a little mini movie, but I would put, I don't know if you guys saw that Snapchat filter where there was like, you can put your eyes in your mouth like on certain like things, like for example, the fridge and stuff like that. And I made a whole ass comedy skit about that. Like I said, I'm Mexican, so I went to a Mexican store where they sell groceries, and I went to go do it over there. And that video just blew up. It blew up. I remember people started telling me like, oh, I come here, like, you're from Albuquerque, this and that. And I was like, yeah, I live here, you know, this and that. So everyone always thinks I live in California for some reason. Like, they never think I live here.
A lot of people don't know New Mexico's even in America. Like,
yeah.
Do you ever get that when you travel?
Yeah, for example, I'll be like, oh, I'm from New Mexico, and they'll be like, oh, Mexico. And I'll be like, no, New Mexico. Oh, there's a New Mexico? I'm like, there's been.
There's been a New Mexico for a long time.
Yeah, there's been.
They teach you that in like 7th grade.
Literally, probably even earlier than that.
Yeah, not a lot of people know, but definitely New Mexico is starting to get more up there than it used to be, you know, and that's what's up because, like I said, it's home.
Do you feel like we're getting more known for the good stuff or the bad stuff? Because I be seeing some crazy, every time I look, it's some crazy shit.
I feel like, you know, like I feel like every state has its bad moments, like there are bad times where they go through like a really, really rough, you know, and I feel like every single state goes through that, and, you know, maybe New Mexico sometimes goes through that, but I always try and see the positive, about it. Like it's definitely getting up there more on like more recognition of more people coming out from here, actors here and there. There's more people building more stuff, Balloon Fiesta. A lot of people come from there, from a bunch of places just to come over here, and getting more recognition every single day. So that's the good part about it. It benefits everyone here.
And you've been here your whole life, so you've got to see all the different cultures coming in. You've got to see the culture change. Like, do you feel like all of that changing took effect on you in the videos that you make today?
No, so, I've always said that I always saw, like, I guess you have to, like, accommodate yourself and you have to, like, get to, like, how modern it gets every single day, But I've always just stick to my craft, man. Like, I've always literally just stick to my craft. Like, I feel like if I stick to my craft, in a way, if I stick to my craft, people have to get used to me. To the craft that I do, you know what I mean? So, like, things could change, like, modern times could, like, keep changing, but I'll just keep doing what I do, and, like, I'll adjust, like, a thing here and there, but most part, it's just me.
Have you ever had any, like, crazy fan experiences or anything like that?
Crazy fan experiences? Yeah, so honestly, all of my fans are, like, great, they're amazing, but I did have this occasion once where I used to go to school over there in Cibola, and, I remember I was a senior in high school doing videos, people would like come up to me here and there, and I would walk to my house from Cibola. So I would walk, it was like just like, I lived in the houses up the street, so it was like I could just walk and get there in 10 minutes. I remember once I got there, and there was a box outside of my house, and I was like, oh, UPS or someone, like they came. Well, when I was took it inside, I opened it, there was a bunch of photos of me.
Bro, hell.
There's a bunch of photos of me walking to school, and then walking from school to my house, And they just left it, and on the back of it they put a heart, a heart and a question mark. So I was like, I never found out who it was, to be honest.
Dog,
I never found out who it was.
Dead ass, nigga.
Yeah, but it did like I know how it can be with fans, you know what I mean, like. At the end of the day, you're supporters, but sometimes there are some specific type of people that get a little carried away, with privacy and stuff like that. So I was like, damn, this is crazy.
Nah. Did you keep walking home after that?
Yeah, man, I had to.
Nah.
I mean, at that time, I didn't have a car, and my parents worked. You know what I mean? So it was literally the school was like 10 minutes walking. So even if I wanted to or not, like I had to.
Right.
So, but I never got another box again. I mean, that was my first and last one. Thank God.
It was just a sick joke.
Hopefully it was just
it has to be shit. Never happened again. And if you're watching this, don't ever do that shit to nobody, bro.
Yeah, if you're watching, just please let me know who it was.
Yeah, if you know.
Quick, I used to play for Cibola Yaffle team.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, no way.
That was cool.
Yeah, we did soccer over there. I did soccer over there in Cibola.
Were you good at soccer? Do you still play a little bit, no?
Yeah, I still play soccer. So my whole family and me, bro, soccer's in our blood. Okay. So it's like I've known about it ever since I was little. My grandpa, my dad, and everything, and it's been present. And I started playing when I was 6, 7 years old. I started playing soccer up to then. I started playing in high school. I started playing in a bunch of places. I almost went as a scout to Colorado for the Quarter Rapids for soccer. Yeah, but the knee gave up. But yeah, soccer's always present in my life. It's always been there. I watch to this day. I play it, over there in Kramer Field. I also watch it a lot. So yeah.
How do you feel about United's success recently? Since we're on the topic of soccer, I know they got a playoff game coming up. Are you a fan of United? Do you watch them play?
Yeah. I think they were playing actually today too against Phoenix. Yeah, man. I'm happy for them because back then we didn't have a soccer team here, and to the fact that we have something that brings a lot of people together and that unites them together is pretty cool because it's a sport. It's not something that you go and here and there, it's like a sport that brings people together. So to be able to witness that United's doing pretty good and that they're getting out there, and I'm sure they're gonna keep going and going. It's amazing. It's cool.
And it's a dope ass experience. I know I went to a game last weekend, my first game. It was a vibe, and I was right there. Everybody's chanting. I don't know Spanish, but they was cussing people out, all types of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's whenever you go to a game like that, it's definitely like an experience because you're like I don't know, probably your first one, right?
That was my first one.
Your first one. So you witness a lot of things that are different. You're like, oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was definitely. It was so many people.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing, like, because I've been to the Isotopes game. It was so many more people than the baseball game. So I was like, damn, like they actually like this, love this. I'm like, it was a vibe for me because I got to be loud. I like to be loud, and everybody around me was loud. So I was like, hell yeah.
No, yeah, and I feel like that's how you know that United's doing good. You know, if you get the people to go watch the game, you know that you're doing pretty good. So that's what's up.
Yeah. You going?
Shit. But I do have a couple. Just like as a content creator, like how do you balance? Let me move to a different question. Do you have like any hobbies outside of social media?
Hobbies outside of social media. So yeah, like I said, I like to play soccer a lot. I also go to the gym a lot. You know, so anything that keeps me busy. You know, I just like staying healthy. I just like you know, to me, I always like to become a better version of myself every single day. You know, I don't like to be the same person. I like to become like a better version. You know, a healthy mindset. You know, a healthy body. So you know, I just try and keep myself busy. Like, you know, sports, the gym. You know, hiking, running, like any of that. Yeah.
So with content creation, you kind of make your own schedule. So how do you balance home life and work? Like, do they kind of clash sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, you know, whoever would tell you that it doesn't clash is lying, because it does clash like a lot. You know, you have to learn really how to balance both of that. You know, it's like it's a crazy lifestyle. Like, people don't know how crazy this lifestyle is. You know, but when it comes to like home, you know, family, and then also your creation, you have to really like make a schedule. You know, like make a planner of like, okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to be doing videos or I'm going to be creating. Because if you really put it out there like randomly, you're just basically you're wasting time out of your day, you know, because you really don't know. Like, you have to be really specific, like what time you're going to do this. At least for me, you know, it's always worked out for me like that. I'm going to do this to this time and this time, and then, okay, I'm done doing this post for this company or doing my video. Now I have time for family, you know, and then from there it just goes and varies. In the beginning, you struggle a lot. Like, I remember I used to struggle a lot in the beginning, but then the more you do this, the more that you get used to it.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
How important was it for you to find a woman that was able to deal with your work schedule and the lifestyle that you're wanting to live and that you're choosing to do?
It was crazy, man, because in the beginning it was very difficult. It was very, very difficult to do all that, and, you know, for people to actually get used to it. But at the end of the day, you know, this is your job. This is your job, and you have to keep doing it. And I'm glad it's something supportive. You know, I never have something that's like against it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad it's supportive, and I couldn't say anything bad about it, to be honest.
And it's cool content. You know, it's like fun, lighthearted, good spirited content.
Yeah. I always, you know, to me, bro, I always like to make content that people will be like, you know, like laugh to it or like send it, oh, like this is relatable, you know, like everyone has its own content, but to me, I don't have to be doing some, you know, like crazy content. I don't have to be doing some crazy things to, you know, to get out there and to hit my audience, hit my numbers, hit my likes, all that, you know, as long as like I said, is to stick to my craft and do what I do, you know what I mean? I like to make like a lot of like funny content, you know, like family content, just because I feel like if I make that type of content and I put a good example for millions of people that are watching you, then you're getting eyes from important people, and they're like, okay, you know what, like, let's look at this guy. Oh, very professional, you know, he does this type of content. Okay, like he does family friendly content, this and that. Okay, you know, I wanna talk to this guy, I wanna meet this guy. Boom, there we go, you know, contacts.
How's it being a father?
Amazing, man. I love my baby girl. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. You know, in the beginning, I remember whenever I found out, it's crazy to me. I was like,
did you cry?
Yeah, I cried because of the fact, because it was like emotional, but at the same time, because it was, you know, I was living with my mom. And it was just to think like, what's gonna happen after this? You know, what's gonna happen? Like, I really thought that's when I was barely picking up on TikTok. So I was like, how am I gonna manage this? I'm gonna have to drop this. I'm gonna have to get two jobs, this and that. And it went completely opposite. It was like that's where actually my career fully started. Like I just literally put my whole trust on God, and it just let things go how they were supposed to go, and they turned out to be, well, that's the spot that I'm in right now is because of it.
And I believe y'all said something about she models?
Yeah.
You said she's only, how old is she again?
3.
3? She's modeling already?
Yeah.
How did that come about? Like,
So I'm under management, right? So I'm under management. So under management, you meet a lot of important people, you know, and I got the chance to meet some amazing people. And you know, whenever you're a baby, it's like you're likable for everything. Like it's not like you're not older, so you don't have to really look at specific things. You know what I mean? And yeah, I got the chance to meet someone that helped me out with that. And you know, I set her up for modeling, and she models for commercials. She models for her own things and stuff like that, you know, and it's great because I want to set her up for later in the future, you know what I mean? Make her know that, you know, this is the life that I'm living, and I want everyone to be a part of it. You know, everyone that I love and care about, I want her to be a part of it. So for me to do that right now it's crazy. It's crazy. Cool. It's crazy. It's cool. Because of her age, and she loves it as well. So I love it.
That's sick. Do you ever have to deal with the people trying to criticize your lifestyle on the internet for the videos that you do, having her so exposed to it at a young age?
Yeah, man. That's something that I really think about is that, you know, you guys know, social media can be very, very negative. You know, it's very negative. So you really have to watch out with what you put out there and who you put out there. You know what I mean? Like personally, me, I'm that type of person that likes to keep his stuff private. You don't have to know that this, you don't have to that. It's not a secret, but I'm not hiding it, but it's not a secret either. You know what I mean? It's exactly. It's just like people know that I have a daughter. People know this and that, but I watch out with how to put her. You know, like how to say it, because I know that there's people negative. You know, I can't control the audience outside of social media or with what I do. So there's people that are always going to be negative, but you know, it's just like I don't pay attention to that. I always see the good things on it, and if I get a negative comment or this here and there, I don't pay attention to it. I've never answered to a negative comment in my life because it's not worth my time.
How hard is that? Like because I can't do it. Like you might get me the first time, the second time, but after the third and fourth time, I'm typing.
And I feel, you know, I just think to myself this: you're not that important to me for me to answer to you. Like my time is valuable. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time, my breath, my seconds to responding to someone that I don't even know.
Right.
I'm not gonna be responding to someone that thinks that they know my life or here and there, you know. And I really don't get any negative comments, but when it is that I do, I get some negative comments, you know. So like whenever that happens, I'm just like, I look at them and I just laugh, to be honest with you. No, I laugh. Like it doesn't affect me like not one bit. It's just like, you know, you think you know me, you don't, but you know, you want me to respond to you. You want me to give you the attention, and the best way to respond to that is to not give you the attention. Like stay with your comment. Like you'll never get an answer from me.
When you first started, and you were in school when you first started, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever have like classmates and other people at your school trying to clout chase off of you, just start random dramas just because they seen you had this foundation building for yourself?
I think it was more of that. People thought, oh, you know, he's doing social media, he's doing this, he's doing that. Cocky. Wow, he's cocky. Or you're this and that. And, you know, it was the complete opposite. To me, it was like, I wouldn't want people to know when I was in school that I was doing this because I was like, I just want to keep this to myself, you know, but it's public. So people eventually would find out that you did this and you did that. And I mean, yeah, there was a few type of like dramas here and there, but nothing that it was like, oh, it was just people trying to, like, hey man, like I'm your friend, like I haven't seen you in a long time, like what's up? And, you know, now that you started social media, and then you're like, you know, those are the people that you're like, okay, like, you know, like that you try and keep, you know, like keep your distance, you know what I mean? But never something that it was like crazy dramatic or something like that.
Anybody that like tried to violate you or did violate you when you were younger, tried to double back now that you're up, and was like, hey, bro, what's going on? I remember you from
Oh yeah,
school.
no, yeah, oh yeah. A lot of people, and they know who they are. Yeah. A lot of people, but
Man.
a lot of people that remember in the beginning where I would ask for, just for help, guidance, stuff like that, and it was sometimes friends and. Nah, man, I'm too busy. Nah, man, I can't drive 15 minutes, 20 minutes from my house to your house to help you with this. It's right. I remember I just told myself, like, you came into this world alone, like, you can do this shit alone, you know what I mean? So I just literally started doing it, and then once it started, hitting, and the things started coming, they came back up, and they were like, hey, man, like, what's up? How are you? Here and there, And I'm never the type to be like, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's just like, oh, good and you, bro. Like, like up to that, but keep your distance, like I said, you know what I mean? But there's definitely been people where that happens all the time, and honestly, it's more funny to me more than anything, because it's like now you come, or like now, and it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't.
It's kind of amusing.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of amusing, because it's like you're the one that looks funny, like, more than anyone, No.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anyone that has stayed down since the beginning that watched you start and then is still watching you now, still in your corner, helping you do it?
Honestly, if I would have to say someone, I think it just would have to be my family. My family, they're the ones that saw me how I started. Like, every single member of my family, they're the ones that saw me start from literally working 2 jobs, like nothing, like, there's been some times where it's like you struggle in life, and that was the point for me. And then to now, like, flourishing and doing all these things, all these creating this, meeting these people, working with these companies, or like meeting these important ass people that you used to see in TV, and now you're friends with them, and you're here and that. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, if there's definitely the family, I wouldn't really say any type of friend, because friends come and go here and there, but family stays forever, and I feel like my family's always just seen my growth from the beginning to right now.